Hey everybody, welcome to our channel Living in Richmond, Virginia, where we show you exactly what it's like to live, work, eat, and play right here in RVA. In this video, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the weather and climate here in Richmond, and we'll break it down season by season, so whether you're planning a quick visit to RVA or you want to know what to expect when you move here, this is the video for you. Be sure to stay to the end because we'll tell you the two worst things about the weather here in Richmond.
If this is your first time to our channel, welcome. I am Sarah Jefferson.
And I'm Taylor Jefferson.
And we own and operate Jefferson Grove Real Estate. We have helped tons of families relocate to Richmond. And if you are thinking about doing the same, be sure to download our free Richmond Relocation Guide. It's full of useful information all about Richmond and the surrounding areas. The link is in the comments below and on our banner image. If you haven't done so already, you have to subscribe to our channel because every week we'll be posting new videos all about living in Richmond, including the best neighborhoods, area tours, fun activities to do, and more. Now, with all that being said, let's start with the very first thing you need to know about the weather here in Richmond.
So the first thing you should know about Richmond is that we get to experience all 4 seasons. It's been really cool seeing different relocation clients get excited over the prospect of having a winter and seeing snow, or even the opposite, and seeing less snow than what they're accustomed to. I was on the phone with someone from New York today, and he asked me about the winter here in Richmond. So I told him, and he laughed. Just like Crocodile Dundee would say, that's not a knife. Well, I was speaking to the guy, and he said, that's not a winter. Everything's always relative, but if you're going to be new to the area, it's nice to know what to expect. Now, with the state of Virginia being practically in the middle of the north and south, the best part is that all the seasons are moderate, and none of them are really pronounced, and they don't drag out. So we don't have these crazy harsh winters or weeks of unbearable, never-ending 100-degree-plus days either.
The second thing you should know about Richmond's weather is that we don't have any routine extreme weather to worry about here. Because we've been so busy with relocation clients, thank you by the way, we get to hear some crazy stories from out-of-state buyers about what they're used to dealing with, where they're from. You know, you think of the Midwest and your mind goes to tornadoes and severe thunderstorms. Then on the West Coast, it's earthquakes and fire season. Just saying, fire season out loud sounds nuts to us. Who wants to deal with that? Up north is freezing temperatures and blizzards, and of course along the southern east coast, it's hurricanes you have to worry about. Well, for the most part, Richmond is spared all of that.
Richmond is far enough inland that by the time a hurricane storm system makes its way here, it's practically just lots of rains and maybe a thunderstorm or two. There are no major droughts or water shortages, tornadoes are incredibly rare, and there isn't a fire season. A fire pit season, yes, but definitely not a fire season. Now, we do want to clarify that while extreme weather is super rare in Richmond, it isn't impossible. One day a few years back, there was a storm system that came through and spawned off 6+ tornadoes in a single afternoon. But in 14 years of living here, that was the first and only time I've ever seen anything like that happen.
Lastly, we have had one major earthquake incident back in 2011, and Louisa County and Mineral, Virginia were impacted the most. From the research I did, there isn't a fault line that would indicate there would be a recurring issue, and I've lived in Richmond all my life, and that was the one earthquake I've ever known about. So other than those two one-offs, Virginia weather is pretty mild. So let's talk about the individual seasons now.
I will start with summer since that's the current season we're in while shooting this video. Summer here in Richmond is great. All the trees are green and lush. It's a wonderful time to hit the neighborhood pool or go visit one of the parks along the James River. The average temperature for summer is 77 degrees with a range of 87 to 67. Now there are days and stretches that hit the high 90s, and in the middle of summer it will break the 100-degree mark, but usually not for very long. On average, it is the hottest in the month of July, and then it starts to cool down by September. We get about 14 inches of rain during the summer over an average of 31 days during the season. So lots of these are quick little rain showers with not too much total precipitation.
Going in order of the season, up next would obviously be fall. What's great about the fall here in Richmond is how nice the weather is and how it brings out the natural beauty that Virginia offers. We have lots and lots of trees here, and watching the colors turn is beautiful. You don't always get this in other major metro areas. In September, the average temperature is 71 degrees, which is perfect. Not too hot, but still shorts weather. Overall, for the fall season, the average temperature is right at 60 degrees with a range of 71 to 50 degrees. We get about 11 inches of rain over 26 days of the season, and on average, we do not see any snowfall all the way through November.
So, what is winter like here in Richmond? Well, as mentioned in previous videos, Richmonders lose all common sense when it starts snowing, and just like toilet paper during COVID, whenever it snows here, all the bread and milk magically disappear from the grocery store shelves. Fortunately, it doesn't snow too often or too intensely in Richmond. We get about 4 to 5 snowstorms per winter season, with only about 8 inches total accumulation. The average temperature during the winter is 40 degrees, with a range of 50 to 30. The lowest temp ever recorded was negative 12, but that was back in 1940. The winter is a lot prettier in the suburbs than it is in the city. With all the leaves off the trees and the plows pushing the snow to the sides, it ends up blocking a lot of the cars parked on the side of the street, and it doesn't look the prettiest. The accumulated snow on the sides of the road gets all dirty, so this isn't the best time of the year for downtown. But if you aren't used to seeing any snow, maybe it will get you excited nonetheless.
So when spring rolls around, we usually still aren't quite done with the snow yet. There is almost always one more snowstorm left, where winter is drunk and refuses to go home. So expect one more random snowstorm during the springtime with an accumulation of about an inch or two. Once we get through that, it starts to get really pretty here. The leaves come back to the trees and the flowers start to bloom and everything really comes back to life. The average temperature is 58 degrees with a range of 69 to 46. No surprise here, but this is the rainiest season in RVA with an average of 32 days of precipitation.
I would say that late spring and early fall are my two favorite times of year here. It isn't too hot, but you'd still get by with flip-flops. And of course, all the pretty nature settings really pop during these two seasons. So yeah, there's a lot to love about the climate here in Richmond. Now, we told you to stay to the end because there are some less desirable attributes to Richmond's weather.
So the first thing that stinks is the humidity here. Now, some of you might not realize what that means or even is. Places like Arizona have a very dry heat, which is much more bearable than humid, moist heat. While other places are more humid than Richmond, there are still days when you first walk out of your home and within a few minutes you're drenched in sweat. According to an article from Forbes, Virginia ranks 34th in the U.S. for highest relative humidity. So I would say there's a good chance you may come here and think that's not bad. But if you're from a more dry climate, you might be disappointed. Fortunately, this changes here based on the season, and for the most part, it's worse during the summer.
This last seasonal con to living in Richmond is near and dear to my heart because it affects me so. I'm talking about pollen season. I used to never be bothered by seasonal allergies, but year after year, it's only getting worse for me. You can actually see me dying a little in our most expensive homes video, which was filmed during the worst part of pollen season. My eyes were hurting so bad while making that video. From my understanding, it really depends on the individual whether or not our pollen will affect you, but it definitely knocks me on my butt. Every year when the pollen starts dropping, it literally turns my car green. When I see that happen, I have to start taking the antihistamines, eye drops, and Flonase immediately. Fortunately, it is relatively short-lived, maybe a month to a month and a half, but man, when it kicks into high gear, it's a killer for me.
We definitely want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out to us for help with relocating to Richmond. It means a lot, and we really appreciate you supporting our business. We got the idea for this video because so many people from different parts of the world have reached out, and this is one of the most common questions we get.
If you're thinking about moving to RVA, we got your back, so please do not hesitate to reach out. We absolutely love what we do, and we can help make your move stress-free and easy. We have lots more videos in the works. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. Thank you for being here with us today, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.